Hi, this is Mike from BandLab. Did you know that you can make your own sound effects in BandLab? In this video, we'll show you how to make impacts, sweeps, rumbles, and percussive effects from scratch. If you find this guide useful, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be the first to know when new videos drop. BandLab features thousands of pre-made sound effect samples that you could use in your music, but sometimes you might need something very specific. Being able to make sound effects from scratch means that we can tailor them to our exact specifications. And with BandLab, making sound effects is quick and easy. Let's make some sound effects now. First, we're going to make an impact effect. For this, we need a kick drum. I add an instrument track and set it to drum pads 909. I sequence a kick drum. Then in the effects panel, I add a reverb space maker. I turn the mix, width, size, and dampening knobs all the way up to get as big a sound as possible. Then set the reverb type to large hall. This gives us a big booming sound. I want to dull the kick's attack, so I add a tone multi-filter effect and move it to before the reverb in the effect chain. I set the frequency to 165 Hz. This dulls the kick's attack, and we get a big booming sound instead. I'd like the reverb tail of the impact to last longer, so I add a dynamics digicomp effect and turn the ratio all the way up. This gives us a big booming impact effect that we can use to emphasize the start of a breakdown or add drama to a video. You can vary the feel of the effect by changing the filter frequency and reverb type. Another effect that can be useful in breakdowns is a white noise sweep. I open BandLab's sounds and search for white noise in the text search field. I create a new sampler track and drag batter white noise into the first sample pad. I move the sample start and sample end markers to where the white noise is at its loudest. Then I set the play mode to loop. Now when I play the sample, it'll loop indefinitely. I sequence the white noise sample to play for 4 bars. In the effects panel, I add a multi-filter. I click the Show Hide Automation button or press A to bring up the automation lane view. I select the multi-filter frequency lane and double-click to add breakpoints to the automation curve. I bring the filter frequency up from around 200 Hz to 12,000 Hz. The opening filter gives us a sweeping effect. This effect sounds pretty dry on its own, so I add a delay, filter echo plus, and a reverb, studio reverb. You can make the effect more intense by turning up the multi-filter's resonance. We can also use white noise to make a deep rumble effect, often used as a spacey atmosphere in science fiction media. Again, I use batter white noise from BandLab's sounds, and put a multi-filter on the track. I set the frequency to 92 Hz. This takes everything but the low end out of the sound, but it also makes it quite quiet. I add a Dynamics BL1176 effect to boost the signal's volume level. Currently, the sound is totally mono and very intimate sounding. So I add a space maker effect turn the mix up to 50%, and set the reverb type to long plate. You can change the feel of the sound by adjusting the multi-filter's frequency and resonance controls. Let's make one more noise-based effect. This time I drag bad or white noise onto an audio track and truncate it so just the loud part of the sample plays for one beat. I then use the fade handle to give it a fade out. Then I add a filter echo plus and set its feedback to 70%. This gives us a rhythmic frequency filling effect that can sound great when played over drops and makes a great alternative to a cymbal crash. To save sounds you make as samples, use the File, Download, Mix Down As option from the menu. Save your sounds as WAV files for the best quality. You never know when something you've made might be useful. Have fun!